In the small, mist-covered village of Chenming, nestled between imposing mountains, old traditions were as strong as the gales that swept through the valley. Among these traditions was one particularly haunting custom ghost marriage. It was said that when a young man passed away before marriage, his family would seek a bride for him, even if he dwelled in the realm of spirits. This was the story of Lian, a woman whose life took a dark turn when she became part of this spectral union. Lian was a bright soul in her early 30s, known for her kindness and courage. Though many men had sought her hand, Lian held out for true love. However, the untimely death of a local boy, Chen, unsettled the village. Chen had been a promising artist, his dreams cut short by a tragic accident. In accordance with ancient customs, his family decided to seek a bride from the living for their deceased son. They picked Lian, believing she could bring peace to Chen's restless spirit. At first, the thought of marrying a ghost thrilled her. It was a unique fate, shrouded in mystery and steeped in cultural significance. The village prepared a lavish ceremony, complete with silk garments and fragrant offerings. Lian, draped in red, stood beneath an arch of flowers, and as the priest chanted traditional blessings, she felt an electrifying energy surrounding her. The moment they exchanged vows, Lian felt both a sense of destiny and confusion. The first few days after the marriage were surreal. Lian sensed Chen's presence, a soft whisper in the corners of her mind, urging her to seek him out in her dreams. She would often wake with vivid images of him, smiling and sketching under the old cherry blossom tree. But as time passed, Lian began to notice odd occurrences. Shadows flitted through her home, and the air grew thick with a chilling tension. It was as though Chen was trying to communicate something beyond the veil of death. Her dreams became less innocent and more intense. In one particularly harrowing vision, Lian saw Chen standing at the edge of a cliff, his face twisted in anguish. "You have to help me," he cried, the weight of his sorrow wrapping around her like a suffocating fog. When she woke, the sense of dread lingered. Determined to understand her new reality, Lian sought the wisdom of Mei, the village elder. Mei had lived through countless mysteries and held the secrets of their ancestors. When Lian explained her situation, Mei's expression darkened. "Ghost marriages can bind spirits to the living world," she warned, "but they can also lead to tragedy if the spirit harbors unresolved issues." "What issues?" Lian asked, her heart racing. "Sometimes, a spirit doesn't want to move on. They may have unfinished business or feelings of anger and despair," Mei explained. "You may have become a tether to this world for Chen, and he may not know how to let you go." These words struck Lian deeply. She spent the following days pacing the village, haunted by the notion that Chen was trapped by his own torment. Soon, curiosity turned into desperation. She recalled a hidden library. The ancient texts whispered of rituals that could help spirits find peace. With each twilight, she delved deeper into the mysteries, feeling the weight of Chen's sorrow pressing against her. One evening, while consulting an old manuscript, Lian discovered a ritual that claimed to free a spirit bound by the shackles of earthly attachment. As she prepared the offerings, the air in her room grew heavy and shadows flickered like dancing flames. "If this doesn't work, I may lose him forever," she thought, imagining the love that might still reside within the spirit. At the stroke of midnight, Lian performed the ritual, calling out for Chen, her voice echoing against the walls. "Chen, if you can hear me, I want to help you. Please, let me know what binds you here." In response, the room felt alive with energy, the shadows swirling around her like storm clouds. Suddenly, Chen materialized, his ghostly form flickering as if held together by threads of despair. His eyes, once gentle, were filled with anguish. "Lian," he said, his voice a haunting melody, "I cannot leave. I am lost." "What can I do to help you?" she whispered, fear gripping her heart. "Please tell me, and I will do anything." "You must uncover my memories," he replied, the pain radiating from him as if it twisted the very air. "There are fragments scattered throughout this village, pieces of my life that hold me back. Only by finding them can I hope to break free." Lian spent days wandering the village, speaking to the villagers who knew Chen, unearthing stories that revealed joys and sorrows. Each tale brought her closer to pieces of his essence, fragments that helped to illuminate his troubled spirit. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, she collected all the memorabilia, tiny canvas, a red scarf, and a beloved sketch. Each item glowed with memories imbued with love and laughter, but also remorse and regret. With her heart pounding, Leanne returned home and laid them at an altar she created in his honor. "Chen, I have gathered your memories. We can find peace together," she declared, her voice steady despite the storm brewing inside her. In that moment, a soft light emanated from the offering, enveloping Chen's spirit, illuminating the shadows that had clung to him. "Thank you," he whispered as tears streamed down his ghostly cheeks. As the light grew brighter, Leanne felt a warmth in her heart, like the embrace of a long-lost love. "You are free now," she said, knowing the bond they shared was one of love, not possession. With a gentle smile, Chen's spirit began to fade, and as it did, the air filled with a musical laughter, a promise of peace. In the aftermath, the village could feel the change. The shadows lifted, and a sense of calm enveloped Chenming. Leanne stood by the cherry blossom tree, remnants of Chen swirling in the petals around her. The old traditions would persist for generations, but Leanne understood now that true love transcended even the boundaries of life and death. And though her heart ached with the loss, it leaped with the knowledge that Chen had found his way home.